seem to be writing a lot of childhood memory poems lately. I don't know if that means I'm approaching a crisis. But an odd number of them, as Pennsylvania rural people might recognize, seem to contain these large black and yellow vehicles. And so this collection is starting to become known as the school bus poems. This one is probably near the end of that collection, and I'm not so sure how much it has to do with Pennsylvania, but I wanted it for something light. While I was waiting for the bus, Miss Schaefer said, "Get off the gate, it's not for swinging." But I knew better. Another on the playground, I don't recall her name, but she yanked me by the arm right off the swing set and screamed, "Don't call me old lady." I was only trying to yodel. Yodel lady, yodel lady. And one time, I wasn't doing anything at all, so I was sent to the principal's office. That was when days were for doing nothing when you could. When swings were for singing anything that came to mind. Fences were just in the way, and every kid knew the truth. Gates do that for a reason, and it goes against nature not to swing. Another school bus poem because it has a few glimpses of my older brothers that I mentioned earlier. They got into a lot of trouble, but one day found themselves, surprisingly, the owners of little plaques commemorating their heroism for an act and the thankfulness of the city of Lock Haven. In first grade, I didn't ride the bus. I walked just up the alley past the empty-eyed windows of apartments that would come down the following year, leaving an open lot for kickball and frisbee, grass to run the dog. It was fire damage that did it, and probably the flood of '72. Derelict and haunted with bats that we used to trick by tossing stones for them to dip and chase at dusk. My brothers saw the smoke, and each tells a different story. Who called the fire company? Who ran inside to get the people out? It was a laundromat out front and a candy store next door. We'd save old pop bottles to trade for pennies, wheel them down in a little red wagon. Almost nobody's got penny candy these days. They became heroes, my combustible brothers. Previously suspended and kicked out of school, arrested for sneaking booze into football games, pulled over once by police while a beer bottle rolled to the curb. My brother Jeff standing up, reaching for a rational explanation. It's a baseball diamond now, the house gone, and the empty lots become a playground. The street in front of the vanished laundry has been swallowed in a horseshoe of school buildings, become a parking lot. My 3 brothers have been replaced by 3 sons who keep mostly out of trouble. Charlie's is still nearby where I once stole a Tootsie Roll, but the candy's almost $1 now. Still no need for the bus. My sons live only 3 blocks away from the old alley now torn up and grassed over. Kickball green stains the knees of Micah's jeans when he comes in at night. Bats still dip for remembered stones and seek blindly for their missing roosts. Through the ghosts of charred window frames and the old abandoned rooms.